Good morning. Welcome, everyone. Thursday morning express meditation. I hope you're all doing well. Um, so I think we're going to finish the kind of that karmic view of the 10 non-virtues today. Um, so the last two non-virtues are malice and wrong views. Um, and I find that the wrong view quite probably the most interesting of them all. So, and it's the last one. So. Good. So find a comfortable position, settling our body, settling our mind. And if we have any pain or discomfort, hopefully it's not too intense and we can just let it sit, let it relax. Just kind of putting it to the side for 30 minutes so that we can work with our mind. Shift our attention to our breath, observing the rising and the falling of the abdomen. Just noticing that without thinking about breathing, the body breathes. And then we set our motivation for our meditation. So, what's the purpose? What's our intention? Why, why are we meditating? I think there could be many reasons. And maybe today we can think about joy. to develop more joy in our mind. And with this joy, we can reduce anger, we can reduce our delusions, reduce our pain. And through that, we can spread our joy, share our joy with the people, the animals, the insects, all those that we encountered throughout our day. So holding that as our intention to develop a more joyous mind, we have to understand non-virtues as well. We have to understand um, what needs to be avoided. So we have the ninth uh, non-virtue, malice. And so with malice, we have to identify the object. Uh, so the object is a living being that uh, who would be hurt if my harmful act or harmful thought were acted out. So we can imagine there's this living being. It's a person, or maybe it's an animal. So that's the object. And then the intention is composed of discrimination. So recognizing the sentient being, recognizing this person as someone that would be hurt if your or my harmful thought were enacted. So we can see how we can discriminate them. There's this person that would be hurt through our harmful thoughts. And then the motive is the state of mind that I desire to harm. And the delusion, it can be many, but we can use anger as an example. And this is the delusion that usually causes non-virtue, anger, like an outward negative lashing. And then there's the act, and the act is it's the increasing wish to actually harm somebody. And I think we've all been there, right? We've all had this person that's aggravating us in some form or fashion. Maybe there's even jealousy involved. And then the anger keeps increasing, keeps rising. And the wish to harm keeps growing hour by hour, day by day. And then the completion is when your wish to harm increases to the extent that you make the decision to harm. And the actual action could be physical, it could be verbal, but you make that decision. So it's very much um, a non-virtue in our mental space, our mental continuum. Then we have our last um, non-virtue, wrong view. So we have to be clear, what is wrong view? So in our context of working with karma, right? We have the object, the wrong view. And this is something that is true and it's always true. So it's something like the law of karma. It's a natural law. The Four Noble Truths, the Three Jewels, the Buddha, Dharma, Sangha. And the wrong view occurs when you don't understand a particular subject. Yet, nevertheless, maintain an uh, incorrect notion um about it, and and you hold that with conviction. So you could say, um, you don't properly understand karma, or the ultimate and relative levels of truth. But nonetheless, you maintain firmly that they're not true. And it's not that we need to fully understand and see karma, because most of us don't. Um, but we have an understanding of the concept of karma, and that's okay. And with that, if we completely deny the concept, that's where the wrong view comes in. And I don't think that most of us that are practicing have wrong views. However, it's good that we understand them, because it helps us ensure that we don't fall into this wrong view, don't fall into this delusion. And it's different than doubt. It's because it's more of a conviction. So with wrong view, we have the intention. We have the intention of holding a false view that's contradicting the Dharma. And we hold this false view as true. So this is also a state of mind, right? Holding this view. So what could be the delusion? What's what's behind the wrong view or holding a wrong view or the state of mind that holds the wrong view? So probably the delusion that's really behind this is ignorance. There's the gross ignorance, just not um, understanding, and so with this intention and the delusion, um, what is the how does it manifest? What does the act look like? And we remember that it is a state of mind holding the wrong view. So the act is actually thinking of ways to deny uh, the teachings of the Buddha, which doesn't mean to say that questioning and um, developing our view, a correct view, is not permitted, because that's more going in the direction of clarifying, understanding, developing. No, this is the denying. And then the completion of this, to complete the wrong view, is is making the definite decision to deny the teachings of the Buddha. And this could be further acted out by verbally sharing your view or spreading the view in a letter. in a text, in an email. So by properly recognizing the 10 non-virtues, then you're in a position to actively abandon them. Understanding that any of them um, that are completed with these four factors, right? The intention or the object, the intention, act, and completion, then they'll definitely result in a lower rebirth. So understanding this is the drive to be vigilant and to avoid the non-virtues. So these are good um, meditations to do from time to time. So it gives us a little taste, a little understanding. It's not just um, mystical, uh, avoiding wrongdoing, but we really look at the object. We check our intention. We understand what it means to take action. So it gives us a little bit of control to understand our mind and to make sure that we're not laying down new negative karma. But we can stop it in the tracks. And next week we'll look at the heaviness or weightiness or depth of karma. Start getting into that. It's not necessarily one size fits all. And we can dedicate all the merits that we've created, contemplating the um, contemplating karma, contemplating the non-virtues, the 10 non-virtues, and dedicate it towards developing this more joyous mind. And to those around us, may their minds be more joyous. May their suffering decrease. May their suffering never return and be completely eliminated. Thank you, everyone.